hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Buccaneers 7, Saints 0.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25.
Here we go, set. Hey, close to you. Set.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Brooks. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down. The Saints at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DB, so a dime set here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Brooks. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. The 5 yards on the play there, it's a drive will continue. So their defense gave up the opening drive touchdown, and now, Charles, they're going to look to work this ball down the field and get the equalizer.
Yeah, there's got to be a little bit of balance in how you're thinking and how you're approaching this game because...
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Watkins fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Samuel. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. And Hill will opt for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, this defense for the Bucs, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Now Brooks to throw from the gun on 3rd down. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Now a timeout called for by the defense, and that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off.
There are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it, and this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, but I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because now, not only did you not get it, and you really had no chance to, what a short field that you turned the ball over to the other offense.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. On 2nd down now, it's Watkins. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0.
The score, Buccaneers 21, Saints 0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Ready.
Brooks to throw on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort with the mistakes that happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Now a throw here. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
On second down, it's Watkins. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
To throw on 3rd down, Samuel. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And that is no good. But that shouldn't matter a great deal, as they still lead by a bundle here.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
They'll run on 1st down. Combs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down now, Combs. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Ready?
They run the counter. Combs. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 33 yards. And the Saints are able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On third down, Samuel looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it.
He's going to have the first down and then some. There he goes again. Inside the 20.
Touchdown. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Buccaneers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point splits the uprights. And a rout is on here in this first half.
35, Saints 7.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And Hill will opt for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 25-yard line.
They run the counter. Combs, 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, Combs uses the stiff arm.
52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
On first down, Combs.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Combs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, do a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And it's caught.
And the Saints are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Now Brooks, a final shot before break. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Combs.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 90 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Operating from the gun, Brooks. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Brooks. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But nice throw there for a good game and a first down.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's Brooks. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
And the Bucs are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why. Because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Up the middle they go. It's Watkins. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
With that run, double-check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Complete to number 32. An 8-yard pickup.
They'll run on first down. Watkins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Operating from the gun, Samuel. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Saints. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
On first down, Combs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down, Combs.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
On the set.
Off the bootleg, Brooks. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Back to throw. Brooks. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit for the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game.
You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another. And then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life down the stretch instead of finishing the game in style, which is what they're trying to do on this drive.
Yeah, it would be a pretty amazing comeback. But we've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League.
We certainly have.
They'll run on first down. Watkins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Watkins. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
118 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 11.
Now a handoff up the middle. Combs. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
1st down and goal to go.
Looking to throw. Brooks. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
Up the middle they go. Combs. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Brooks now going to throw on 3rd and goal toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. There to make the grab.
And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will be cut down to 14.
Buccaneers 35, Saints 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a two-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off play action. Samuel. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 75 yards.
And the Bucs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Saints 21.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Now a handoff up the middle. Watkins.
And he'll wind up picking up about 4, as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
At the Saints' 15-yard line.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Third down. Carson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Here we go, here we go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was